Hi, I'm Amber Kermuga, and this is my microplastics presentation. Almost all of the marine life in the ocean and in freshwater have consumed tiny fragments of plastic called microplastics. These fragments of plastic come from the millions of tons of plastic waste that is polluted into the ocean every year. When trash enters the ocean, it is whole, but as it travels through currents, hits the bottom of the seafloor, goes through different weather conditions, etc., the trash fragments off into tiny pieces called microplastics. Although tiny, these microplastics take a huge toll on the consumer. Species that consume microplastics have been seen to experience liver damage, infertility, and starvation due to consuming microplastics. This is not a new problem, though. Research of microplastics can date back to before the 90s, and yet there is still little to no solutions to slow the flow of trash within and into the ocean. To help fish and the humans of the future, the world needs to solve the plastic waste crisis within the ocean. Microplastics are going to become nanoplastics, even tinier microplastics, and enter the edible parts of the fish that humans consume daily. I believe in order to prepare to take on the plastic waste crisis, one needs to be aware of all the current research and data about the harmful effects that microplastics have on the living organisms in the ocean. So for my field research one, I observed a YouTube video of a fish dissection of a white perk found in a freshwater pond in Michigan and compared her findings to a research article of 5 different species in 3 different locations of fish found in the saltwater coasts of Turkey. And then for my field research 2, I did a 5-question survey and had my peers and classmates as the participants. I wanted to assess the knowledge of microplastics and plastic waste pollution among the participants. My findings for the field research 1 were that there were many pieces of microplastics in each of the different parts of the silver bass. The pieces that were observed were the esophagus, stomach, and intestines. As shown in the video, the white perk's digestive tracts were dissected, dissolved, and sifted through sieves to catch any microplastics within its digestive tract. There were many samples of microplastics found within the different parts of the fish. Some of these plastics found in the silver bass could be recognized by a low-level magnification in a microscope, but others not so much. While observing the results from the collection of samples among the fish from Turkey, they reported that there was an average of 1.1 microplastic per fish. Microplastics affect ecosystems all over the world. With the continuous spill of plastic that goes into the ocean each year, this problem will only progress. Plastic has existed in the ocean for decades now. According to the article, the types of effects that plastics have on these animals are manifold. The fouling of litter and its use of habitat, ingestion and entanglement are just some of the uses that fish have for microplastics within their ecosystems. Due to time, I'm just going to go through quickly the results of each of the questions of my survey. So this was question 1, how often do you consume seafood? Question 2 was if you have ever consumed fish, did you know where it was sourced? Question 3 was do you or your family recycle? And question 4 was how often do you throw away something that could be recycled? And question 5 was, are you familiar with microplastics? So my conclusions that I got from the field research 2 that I conducted was that although we are from the Midwest, fish is still a major part of a lot of people's diets around here. And it's important to be knowledgeable about nanoplastics if eventually microplastics are going to enter the edible parts of the fish. And that a lot of people recycle at home but still throw away recyclable items, and that future need for research to make recycling more convenient and easier for the general public. My other final conclusions was that future research is also needed to solve the plastic waste crisis and offer help to suffering ecosystems, and that a solution is long overdue for helping species in the ocean and in freshwater to escape microplastics.